guys, today I'm gonna give you a few good reasons why you should think about feeding frozen thawed rather than live, and a few good reasons why you should feed live rather than frozen thawed. Alright guys, we're gonna start off this video with the new animal I just got. I promised you guys on my last video, if you could hear her, it's not a snake, it's not a lizard. She's a full-grown adult Frenchie. She got all kinds of hair coming off of her. Her name's Gigi. She's a French bulldog. Yeah, and I am hook training her, so you know, you gotta let her know it's not feeding time and let her know when it's feeding time. So right now she knows it's handling time. And of course I'm just kidding. But yeah, she's a 3-year-old French bulldog. A person who originally got her couldn't have her anymore. So I was looking for a dog, but I wasn't looking for an older dog, but she was already potty trained. And yeah, so this is Gigi. And she'll probably be in a couple of my videos. And when the snakes are out, I try to keep her away from the snakes. I'm not worried about the snakes hurting her. I'm worried about her hurting the snakes. So there is some caution right now because I'm getting to know her. But yeah, this is my new French bulldog, and you guys will see her in plenty of videos in the future. Alright guys, I just want to let you know it's not the best thing to handle your dog, your cat, and then go handle a big snake, any of your snakes. It's better to wipe down your clothing at least at the most and wash your hands, which I just got done doing. And yeah, I do trust this snake very much, so that's the only reason why I'm gonna do this. With any other snake, I would probably change full clothing. Some people might be different, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Alright guys, so you guys probably know my Burmese Python. This is my Pearl Burmese Python. Her name is Chai. She's about almost 2 years old. A lot of people would have a 2-year-old Burm and have them gigantic by now. But yeah, so I'm gonna tell you first I would say cons of feeding live, because something happened to her recently, which I even hate to say. I'm against feeding too big of a rodent to a snake, just because of the damage it could do to a snake. And you can tell she got some size on her, so you know, it gets expensive feeding these snakes, so it's better to feed a bigger rodent rather than many small ones, I would say, with live. So I don't feed her like the biggest ones, because the biggest ones are even hard to find at my local reptile shop, so I feed her whatever they have that's adequate size for her. And even those size rodents, you can see right here on her back, when they do strike, so then when the snake strikes, I do make sure that I don't let her get bit at all. So I'll try my best, right, to watch the teeth of the rat. So what I'll do is I'll use a snake hook that I have that I don't use for holding. It's just meant for just if the rat looks like it's gonna bite my snake, I'll, you know, I hate to even say these things, but I'll make sure that it's in their jaws rather than, you know, them biting my snake or chewing on my snake, right? Well, what had happened we're here on the back side, another thing you have to worry about when feeding live is their feet. So their nails, they'll be kicking when they get wrapped, right? And she got a bunch of scratches back here that I didn't notice in the beginning. So she was getting, when she wrapped the snake, it was probably on a side that I couldn't see. It's probably not coming on camera, but yeah, you can see some scratches back here. You know, to me, I want a perfect snake, but this is what happens. She didn't take frozen thawed at all and pre-killed at all. So what happened with me is pre-killed is, you know, they gas the snake, right, at my local reptile shop. So they'll gas it. But by the time I get home, she doesn't want to take that rodent anymore. So, and by the way, if you guys hear her snoring in the back, you know, that's my Frenchie. She snores a lot. So, but yeah. So yeah, so by the time I get home with a pre-killed, because I recommend pre-killed if your snake doesn't take frozen thawed, and she wasn't taking those pre-killed, she would just go to waste. Or, you know, I would feed it off to another snake, but she wouldn't take it. So I would have to feed her live. And for a while she was doing good. There was no signs of injury. And then recently I found a little, I would hate to say it, like a big bite on her head. And that's very scary because you don't know what that could have done to her, right? So now what I gotta do is make sure it's pre-killed right before she eats it, because she won't take anything frozen thawed, and I'm not gonna feed her live anymore. And with my other snakes, I'm not gonna even feed them live anymore unless it's a really small rat. I'm just gonna try doing frozen thawed, really. But I see the best food responses out of feeding live. That's where you get your best feedings, and is that alive. But for a snake, a Burmese Python, they should be eating frozen thawed by now. I have all my big snakes on frozen thawed. So I would say the pros of feeding live is that your snake will most likely eat the rodent compared to a frozen thawed rat, which is, in her case, she eats, live like crazy. But her food response to a frozen thawed, she wouldn't take it. So right now she's on pre-killed, but I'll tell you guys a way of pre-killing. So how they'll put down the rats at your local reptile shop is using CO2, and that puts them down humanely. But yeah, guys, I was thinking about whether or not to do this video, but I thought, people should know that what live could do. Live rats can actually kill your snakes. I don't think a Burmese Python this size couldn't take a rat, right? Who wouldn't think that? It's when she bites it and wraps it, you don't know what's going on underneath those coils. So the rat could still be alive and chewing on your snake, or it could be kicking the feet. So you gotta think, when you feed too big of a rat to a snake. I'd say the smaller ones, yeah, you don't have to worry too much, but you still gotta watch out for them. But yeah, I love this girl, and she's one of the nicest snakes I have in my collection, or nicest bigger snakes, because all the ball pythons are on the nicer side. But yeah, guys. So I did want to show you guys a new snake that I have in my collection, but something's going on. I'll wait for a future video for that one. I'm hoping that thing I'm hoping for happens. So I also wanted to say that this year I'll be a creator at Animal Con, and that's gonna be September. So I have a discount code for you guys. I never ever had a discount code ever, so it's Bionic10. So you get 10% off at your checkout for your tickets, and that's a little present from me, guys, to you guys for Animal Con. I hope to see you guys there. I highly recommend you guys going with your family. You can meet all the cool creators that you guys watch here on YouTube, and you can learn a lot, I would say. And hopefully Brian can make it this year, as I got my Brian Strong shirt on. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.